Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Balik lagi pada saya ManMenAja. Kali ini kita akan menjelajahi Sumeru lagi. Lanjutan dari kemarin ya guys ya. Ntar aku ambil dulu waypointnya, dekat anjir. Masih dekat juga waypointnya. Oke, ini aku harus ambil domain traveler sih. Soalnya ada dendro anjir. Mana sih? Oh, di atas. Manjat lagi. Allah. Allah. Bangki. Kita mendaki Sumeru. Sumeru kita daki. Panich. Kita daki Sumeru. Sumeru kita daki. Kita mencari waypoint dan primokin. La 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 la. Kita ke Gandharva Village. Sini ya. Cari dulu ya. Nanti aja lah. Gue saja belum jalan anjir. Nggak ada lagi.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry.
Slow.
Wait, is that?
Apa nih burung beo-nya?
Oh no, Hypatia!
Hypatia?
What's wrong, Tainari?
Yes, dapetin Nari.
This duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her?
So
How could we forget? So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it.
Gak sabaran kali anjir.
All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes.
Udah emosi, kan?
Allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation.
Yes.
She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us
Astaga,
for help.
meditasi lupa
We
bawa
need to
makanan
go.
anjir. Nyusahi orang.
You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5
Gak
lines,
ingat lagi.
and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Oke.
Wait, you want us
Oh,
to
kami
bring
yang
the
ansar.
rations? But will the traveler be okay if her cave is still filled
Tul,
with
tul.
that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Weh, enak-enak aja tuh.
Really? You're not feeling even a little? But wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time,
Ya,
Tainari?
tahu dari mana?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all.
Oh,
Though I don't intend
Right.
to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Teyvat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her.
oh,
Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my response. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence,
This
and I
sebenarnya
no
apa yang
longer feel
kulihat.
the need to. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed. I
Irminsul?
could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and you.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training.
oh.
Please, wait here for a moment.
Tuh kakek ngapain anjir?
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
Oke.
Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Terima kasih.
No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Oke.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
5 dusk birds.
Kita coba terbang gimang. Ntar ya. Air insting aja apa ya? Artefak masih artefak ini anjir. Artefak campur-campuran. Ambil semua yang ada. Ambil semuanya.
Hypatia should still be in the cave.
Halo mute.
Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Ada apa dengan Panas ini. Oh, dalam nih.
Hello? Hypatia?
Hypatia.
Hey, there's nobody here. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Mute suara barusan. Mana Hypatia tadi? Teler di belakang tuh. Kan? Tepar dong. Itu apa anjir? Ini apa? Astaga. Hilang. Bisa tiba-tiba hilang.
Hypatia, are you alright?
Lapar.
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try.
Oke.
Huh? Wait. Why does it look super foggy?
Kabutan. What? Coba jadi kabut.
How things out here end up looking like this?
Bisa berubah anjir tempatnya.
And where are we?
Tenang, Paman, slow.
Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Oke. Geng. Kayak masuk di domain gitu ya.
Wow, this place is huge.
Wow.
Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Ini namanya Sumeru. Oke. Macam itu. Iya. Astaga, apa sih? Kok susah kali. Lengket anjir. Itu ke situ. Alah, lupa. Ini bukan TOF. Gak double jump ya guys ya. Harus ke atas ya. Wow. What the hell is this? Tiba-tiba masukin Azuma lagi.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Tiba-tiba jadi Nazuma. Ini kan kamar Kazuha ini. Ini apa nih lagi? Baru muka dalam bersangkutan. Aduh, kurang tinggi. Astaga. Ai dah. Susah kali anjir. Ruang sana kah?
Emerge right
Right
now.
now. Emerge.
Hold the line.
Makan tuh hyper bloom.
Scatter. Germinate. Right here.
Makan tuh hyper
Emerge.
bloom ya guys ya. Aku belum ambil. Aku belum ambil, oi. Kotaknya aku belum ambil, bangke. Astaga. Gak bisa balik. Itu kotak. Astaga naga. Ya Tuhan, aku mau ngambil itu. Apa sih anjing? Jangan balik lagi tuh. Tai. Apa lagi nih? Astaga. Sayangnya kotak tuh anjir lah. Ini apa lagi nih? Gimana gua ke atas?
Allow me.
Ini apa nih? Oh, kotaknya tinggal anjir lah. Lah hehe. Betul kan? Jauhnya udah tuh, udahlah. Main ready or not peh. Mahal 2.000. Terus kalau juga nanti umat nggak mau main lagi, rugi kayak 2.000 beli.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder
Nanti
by
aku
the
beli kayak Mbak
minute.
Exkulger sampai sekarang lumayan anjir.
What's the matter? You don't look so good.
Mager aku. Kalian beli dulu baru aku beli. Cuma kayaknya. Ini apa sih? Ini kenapa?
Scatter!
Oh. Bisa diambil tuh, tinggal balik lagi asal belum ketemu sama Hera. Kalau udah ketemu Hera gak bakal bisa balik lagi ke chest itu. Oke Bang Mute. Tapi kayaknya aku udah di dimensi lain sih. Udah lah ikhlas aja lah chestnya. Cuman berapa ya, cuman lah. Udah ketinggalan jauh kali. Aku udah masuk ke dalam domainnya jauh kali anjir. Skullgirl cuma 20.000. Jadi ready or not berapa? 200.000 kan ready or not. Tunggu diskon aja lah, tapi buru-buru kali. Lama juga. Makasih sarannya Bang Mute. Cuman ya udahlah, udah telanjur. Mager kembali lagi. Salah aku sih tadi itu. Ini kita lanjut guys ya. Makasih Bang ya, Bang Mute ya, makasih. Anak ini lagi. Di or not tuh berapa? Nunggu diskonnya kita beli. Aku mau beli personal 5.
What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place.
Strange place.
Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you.
Yai. Battle kah? BO kita BO. Cuman gua bawa air anjir. Gimana ya?
Game's up. Fun's over. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Makan nih, supir.
What a nuisance.
Gua bawa air anjir.
Right here.
Astaga.
Right now. Nothing lasts forever.
Ya dong. Hidup diskon. Gimana ngalahnya nih? Ini kayak mana ngalahnya anjir.
Right here. Right now.
Oh. Kirain.
Can we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. We faced others like him before.
Apa ini beda?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end
Yes.
sooner or later. It's time you
Intinya itu diskon mip.
how weak and powerless you
Udah teman main, kalau teman main sama aja bohong. Aku ini bukan kakakku.
pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial?
Kenapa kayak gitu ngomongnya? Anjir, mana ada anjir.
Forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug.
Anjir.
To be stepped upon.
Terus peduli sama Lumin, bangsat.
The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone.
Palamu
Your
sia-sia.
journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
Enak aku ngomong gitu anjir, heret bangkai. Lawan lagi kah? Atau cutscene? Oh. Balik lagi sini anjir.
What do we do? We haven't
Pasti
seen
hilang.
Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is.
Oh, itu.
Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So
Manisnya.
sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay?
Seperti bukan
That's
kamu
really
aja.
not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Apple
We could
Sansevia.
put that to good use.
Oke. Setengah sadar dong.
Who is there?
Tainari.
Is that you?
Bukan dong.
Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
No, surat. Ding ding ding
I
ding.
see.
I see.
So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you.
Oke, slow bos.
I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived.
Oke.
We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying
Oh,
around
berarti
and even some
udah ada yang
juice
ngasih
dripping from your
dia
lips.
berarti.
How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I
Really?
seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You
Tangga.
mean there's someone else living nearby?
Apa yang masuk itu makhluk yang bulat dan kecil? Yang
Oh?
hijau tadi kan?
So, you're able to see them too?
Yes. Ada makhluk kecil.
Wait, hold on a second,
Apa nih nggak
Traveler.
di skip?
You say that before we arrived.
Ah, Genshin
you saw
mana
some
bisa di skip dan
mysterious
ceritanya
creature
bagus juga
and
Genshin. Ngapain
suddenly
di
had a
skip?
strange dream? Isn't that a little too
Pasti
crazy
udah
to
datang
believe?
Mihoyo Mem Q.
No, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once
sebelumnya.
before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor
Semua
here.
itu.
You
Dialognya
needn't
anjir.
worry. They mean you no harm. They
Oh,
only tried
ngapain
to
di
live
skip?
the dream
Kan
because they hope to
aku
buy
pengen tahu
themselves a
ceritanya
little
juga.
time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind
Kita
of
nikmati
creature
aja,
is
Bang.
your neighbor exactly?
Gua marga skip dialog.
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest.
Gue tergantung cerita
But
sih
I
bang.
do
Kalau
know that they
misalnya
have some sort of deeper connection with the
ceritanya
Dendro
jelek,
icon.
gue bakal skip. Ini
I
karena
know
gue
this
pingin
because
tahu
the
cerita
first
Arkon
time I saw them
Dendro sih.
was also the exact day my
Karena ada main dari
consciousness was
dulu.
able to form a connection with Ermin's soul.
Nyari sama bos. Soalnya udah selesai
Even
tadi
after I
farming.
opened my eyes and stopped
Sekarang
meditating,
fokus cerita dulu.
my heart was still pounding, and my mind was
Ya
racing with
dong,
all the
paling
knowledge that I
cerita.
had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave.
Akun loli.
In my curiosity, I
Akun
began to
loli.
walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were
Belum
up
tahu
to.
sih, belum ketemu Arkonnya.
It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Yes. Ya,
And
habis itu gimana?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen.
Cuma pemalu,
I
maluk
was
ya.
convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later.
Oh, bawa teman deh.
And they weren't alone. I feel
Bawa kawan,
like they
guys, ya.
aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me.
Tetangga yang budiman.
Yes, no doubt about that. By the way,
Ada bilang suratnya
Tainari
kalau
mentioned in
punya
his
untuk
letter
tentang
that you had
Irminsul.
questions for me regarding
Yeah.
Ermin's soul.
Hampir lupa Irminsul itu apa sih? Astaga.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Sounds like just
Slow
drinking
bentar.
juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier.
Paimon,
Anyway,
Paimon.
Looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too.
Okay, okay.
Let's eat first and talk about Erminsul later. All right, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet
madam
madame
terus.
and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia.
Makanan
They're
mustard
our
ini.
specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest,
Ini anak
the
nih.
last time had to be when
Astaga.
Tainari came to visit.
Tenaga. Masa ada menggunakan api unggun? Mana api unggunnya? Ini apa nih?
Take it easy.
Mana api unggunnya? Oh. Paksa ganti lagi. Ini ada api. Xiao. Kamu masak dengan menggunakan api.
All done.
Kalau gunakan
Let's
air
use the
bukan
empty
masak
box
namanya.
That Tainari gave us since we already watched it. Oh,
Okay.
It smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
Okay. Nah, makan nih.
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
Nah, makan. Terhubung dengan Irminsul.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It
Yes.
took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as
Oh.
you have.
Hebat berarti
So
aku.
why does this incense allow people to connect to Erminsul?
Yes, kenapa?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Rukkhadevata.
These special
Rukkhadevata.
ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into
Aku
the
sudah nggak
depths of
paham.
the earth. That's all right. I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as you remain in Sumeru.
Yes.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
Yes, kenapa
That was
gitu?
primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload,
Gitu.
hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered.
Yes.
Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Okay.
Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Dedikasi tinggi ya.
Oh, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
Tinggi dedikasinya, guys.
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main
Oh, ini
area of
datangin si
research
bocil.
is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies.
Yes.
which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers.
Sudah 5
If
tahun.
only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many
Satyavada.
researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine
yang
knowledge,
agung.
and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul can
Yes.
be super dangerous. Aren't you
Takut sama
afraid of the
risikonya.
risk, Hypatia?
Hey, Pesha.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead
Suasana aku
silent
nggak
without
ada.
even the sound of
Anjay.
insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe
Harus
that
bocil
being
tadi.
able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Betul juga.
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
What?
Oh, is that true?
Serius?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do.
Gitu.
The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often
Ya
neither
sih.
rational nor logical.
Aranara.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming.
Aneh
I
berarti.
studied hard, enrolled as a student
Di
in the
Sumeru ini aneh-aneh
academia,
berarti ini.
and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never
Tenang,
dreamed
ada
again.
traveler di sini.
But then, on the
Si
day I
bocil.
scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again.
Oh.
It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw,
Seperti anak
I
kecil lagi.
clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again.
Yes.
Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. But I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be.
Ya, iyalah, tergantung mimpinya.
Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City.
Gara-gara gila.
Lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now.
Kalau
All I
ingatan
can
kandung
say
dalam
is that
satu
what you
sendiri.
saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself. World forget me. What could that possibly mean?
Could that possible mean?
If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you.
Tenang, kalau lebih banyak bantu daripada yang
If you
mau
two
dulu.
are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me.
Thank you, Hypatia.
There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Ada yang ketagihan, Nich.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Okay.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask, I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of fairy-like creatures. Perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My
Anjir,
parents
kasihan
would
masih
seldom
kecilmu,
and
anjir.
speaking of my little neighbor, I think they can somehow I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, they'll suddenly tense up and scamper away for
Lucu.
Perhaps I should ask Tainari about this the next heading out, I see? If there's any
Baka mimpi.
even though that little neighbor of mine was able to induce a state of dreaming, I doubt they were able to control the actual contents of the end of your dream seemed quite terrifying. Perhaps there's not to worry though. I'm sure you'll be able to handle whatever comes your way in the As someone from Sumeru who cannot dream, I needn't ever worry about nightmares. But lately, I've started to feel that I'm somehow missing. Heading out, I see? If there's anything, Sumeru researchers use Spiritborn Ale to assist them in connecting with Irminsul to extract knowledge from. Unfortunately, I cannot help you understand your dream. At least not yet. I'm still learning how to attune to the depths of. I hope that I'll be able to ascend past Satyavada life and gain deeper insight. Heading out, I see?
Oke,
If there's
thank
any,
you.
take care.
Bye-bye.
Do remember to come visit anytime you're.
Gak judes loh dia, Paimon.
Off we go! Adventure time!
Gandharva.
Off we go!
Jadi Spider-Man. Genshin jadi Spider-Man.
Adventure time!
Spider-Man.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem?
Kenapa gitu?
As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Kok ngegas?
Keep your emotions in check,
Kok
Gulam.
ngegas kau Gulam?
Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the academia, not to cause a scene.
Gitu dong kayak.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a
Nari.
forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Merendah sampai ke inti bumi.
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari,
Bagus,
your
dilawan terus.
master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
Kau dengar tuh kakek? Apa?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that
Apa
is.
salah ngomong sekarang
And
anjing?
how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master?
Mantap, Tainari, gas terus.
If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Bagus.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're
Pulang.
leaving.
Apa lihat?
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project.
Bagus.
But I had to refuse on account
Pria
of all my
berdedikasi.
responsibilities here.
Tainari.
But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was
Hypatia.
quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer.
Oh,
I assume
Sumeru
you will be
kita.
heading to Sumeru City, correct?
gue ikut ke
That's
Sumeru.
right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her
Lesser
for
Lord
advice.
Kusanali.
Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Dia Arkon, Paimon.
Do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Siapa kita tanya nih?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta
Oh,
Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile.
Oke, Teknari.
Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oke.
Oh? What is it?
Apaan tuh?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City!
Sumeru City. Kita pamit dulu sama Kole.
But that's right. Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing.
Oh,
She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
oke.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go.
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Off we go.
Lupa terus gak bisa double jump anjir.
I've been waiting for you two.
Ya, me too. Ada sukses
Never
loh
mind.
kalian.
I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting
Thank
here
you.
just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Kapan-kapan ngunjungin lagi.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here.
Udah kayak Ember.
Well,
Jadi penjaga-penjaga.
I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
Yes.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us.
Pantat
We're
anjing tuh
probably
anjir.
still gonna worry about your
Gak
condition.
fokus ke pantat
That's
anjing.
because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave,
Anjay, dikasih
I
terus
have
kita
something for
bareng-bareng.
you.
Oh? What is it?
Apaan Nitch?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My
Oh,
handwriting is a
resep.
little messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville.
Oke.
Well then, I, trainee forest ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The rangers will
Ya anjir,
always be
rasa
ready to
ngeliat
assist
Ember
you.
anjir. Sama sifatnya kayak Ember. Ya bantu MC.
I
Rasa
hope
sama
you have a
Ember.
safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there. I'm much better now. I'll be back even though I'm not quite ready to help Master clear the withering zones yet. Oh, and Traveler, if you ever see Amber again during your travels, please don't mention my illness to her.
Ember.
Amber knows about my case of Elazar and what's happened in my past. I guess I just don't want her to worry about me.
All right, we understand, Kale.
Oke.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City. Kinda hard to believe that his culinary techniques are very polished, but his taste is a little... The last time I went a little too heavy on the spices for my pita pockets, Master started having a I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City. See you later.
See you
Be sure to
later.
come back often. Even though...
Apa nih? Maksudnya itu apa?
Propagate!
Itu apa anjir? Oh.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Tar. Luar memengong. Gimana ini ya? Ini di mana? Ngerti, guys. Oh, udah. Teng, 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 teng. Itu apa sih di kupingnya? Hijau-hijau.
Sumeru City! We finally made it!
Biasanya kota ya.
Did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
Nah, itu di
One
mesin
moment,
payment.
please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Yes, how do you know
Because
that?
there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's
Gak
our
tahu.
beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need.
Wow.
I should mention that due
Red.
to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It
That's
sounds
keren
pretty
banget.
amazing.
Yes.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals.
langsung
Please
dikasih
handle them
dong.
with care.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
Dia kayak
To
daun.
activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God
May the
bless us
mighty
with their
God bless
voice
us
of
with their
wisdom.
voice wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Ooh. Wow.
Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew
Wow.
how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam, you get it.
Oh, keren
that'll
kali,
come in
anjir.
real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Keren,
Okay,
keren, keren,
now that
keren.
we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sage sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kale was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it.
Aduh, Paimon.
Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
Pengeter lah. Oh enggak, saya udah jawab tuh.
Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just...
Mungkin juga. Kosong ya.
You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon.
Terakhir.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like
Bener
the
kangen
people
sama dia
of
mereka.
Sumeru really miss their Archon. Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to lesser. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the academia.
Yes.
Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing...
Here, this is a letter from Tainari.
Oh, let me see. Oh! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
Tahu nggak kau?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was trying to be able to
Mukanya dia
access more info than we
astaga.
did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to... All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the sanctuary of Suristana.
Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari?
Wow.
That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 grades, hey, come on. This is a survival skill at the...
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low. So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody. Huh? Like who?
Ad Astra
you're right!
Abyssal.
Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network.
Yes, temui dia.
Been handed all the cumbersome tests again.
Tapi berhubung ini udah dekat ajan zuhur, kayaknya sampai sini. Tapi tunggulah sekali lagi lah ya. Kita jumpai dulu Ad Astra Abyssal-nya. Habis itu kita end stream. Halo.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Dan dia tahu dong.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we...
You
That's
two
the
wish to meet
point.
with Sumeru's Archon. Understood.
Sebentar ya.
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha.
Buntu.
Another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us...
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two.
Siapa tuh?
In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, they take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. So an Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for...
Corps of 30? What a weird...
Supposedly, they are named as such because their rank Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30,
Asfand.
maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, if you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters.
Oh, guys,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Thank you so
I wish
much.
you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Thank you, Catherine.
Off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Oke lah. Berhubung ini mau zuhur, udah kita akhiri aja untuk saat ini. Nanti kita lanjut lagi ya guys ya. Makasih udah nonton. Dan makasih udah berkunjung dan bye-bye.